Now, live from Studio B in the world headquarters of Fox News, Shepard Smith.
Death by hanging, the verdict today in the Saddam Hussein trial. It's been nearly 3 years since U.S. troops pulled a ragged Saddam out of a spider hole, and since President Bush declared a dark and painful era is now over. But for U.S. forces, the battle there wages on. Here now, Lieutenant Wade Zirkle, an Iraqi war veteran and executive director of Vets for Freedom. And Lieutenant, it seems to me that this verdict was not unexpected, but a bold statement nonetheless.
It really is. I mean, this is a huge victory for the Iraqi people. And one thing that's important to point out is that this was he was prosecuted by an independent judiciary in Iraq, and this was the Iraqi government delivering very fair but swift justice. Now, Saddam has a right to appeal this decision to an appellate court, but this is very, very symbolic for the Iraqi people. It's a big step for the Iraqi government. And for those in America who are questioning the mission, there's been a real erosion of public support here at home. This reaffirms and reminds us that going into Iraq was the right thing to do. We did the right thing. This cause is just, and despite the missteps and the hardships and the challenges, this mission is just.
You know, Saddam Hussein's lawyer said if this is a guilty verdict, the gates of hell would open up for American troops. So far, this could change clearly, but so far it's been celebrations, not violence. Surprising.
Yeah, it's the most of the gunfire that you're hearing in Baghdad and around Iraq today is celebratory gunfire. The people are very happy. Saddam Hussein was a mass murderer. He was convicted and sentenced last night for killing 150 people. What he hasn't been tried for yet, and he'll probably be hanged before this happened, is killing hundreds of thousands of ethnic Kurds in Kurdistan using gas weapons of mass destruction. So this is, it's really the Iraqi people, this gives them some closure to a very evil reign of terror.
You know, Lieutenant, I want to get your read on the midterms, 2 days away now, and we see candidates on both sides of the aisle parading Iraqi war veterans out there, some against the war, some for the war, and they apparently think they can criticize the war as long as they have a vet standing next to them. What's your take on that?
Well, I think you've got to look at the troops as a whole, the active duty troops and the veterans of this war. We understand the hardships, but the vast majority of us believe in the mission, and we really want to win. It reminds me that photograph from Iraq last week where the troops were mocking John Kerry. They were also making a very firm statement. We want to be here, we volunteered for this mission, and we want to win. So you're always going to find a few disaffected veterans, and they're always out there, and some of these candidates exploit them. Put them on TV. But by and large, the veterans and the troops want to win.
Lieutenant Wade Zirkle. Lieutenant, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And coming up live from Studio B, Iran's war games.